The most painful ocean deaths ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I already said this, but we already watched the fucking cave diving one. I'm pretty sure you were already there, Maury and Kielowski. But you feel me? We're gonna watch some more shit that you should not be doing. Stay your ass at home. Watch the stream. We gonna watch all the dangerous shit together from the safety of our homes. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Let's do it. Let's do it. Talk to me. Talk to me.
The Lake Oliver Dam accident. On October 27, 2020, a 31-year-old man named Alex Reed Paxton, who worked as a commercial diver, was assigned a seemingly normal job at the Lake Oliver Dam in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, hold on. Before we even... hold on. At least for this one, this nigga's hired. He's not some random-ass man on a two-man with a iPhone 15 inside of a fucking plastic sandwich bag zipped up. A little Ziploc baggie jumping into a water cave where he's bound to drown. Pitch black with his homie, leaving a hez behind. Okay? You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. At least this man is hired. Okay?
Task was to inspect the chain on one of the control gates of the dam's electric system to check for any damage. Lake Oliver Dam is a massive structure on the Chattahoochee River. Inside, water flows through giant pipes called penstocks, which carry it to turbines that generate electricity. These pipes are among the riskiest areas for divers due to the differential pressure, or delta P. This occurs when water rushes through a small
Oh, they better suck this nigga into the... Okay, let me not spoil the plot.
Suction force. The pressure difference can trap a diver against a wall or pull them into the opening, making it impossible to escape. Because of this, strict safety measures are used to identify and shut off all energy sources before a diver enters the water. One of these rules is called a lockout-tagout system, which involves identifying every potential source of energy, like valves, turbines, or electricity, shutting them off one by one. Each closure is documented on a checklist and verified by a team. But on this particular day, something went terribly wrong. Alex dove into the water and began his inspection. However, unknown to him, a valve controlling a 10-inch pipe used to activate the dam's turbines was left open. As Alex moved down the chain, his arm was suddenly...
Oh, that man said, oh, no. No!
He sucked into the pipe by an incredibly powerful force, about 850 pounds of suction. The pressure pinned his chest against the wall, making it impossible for him to breathe. Even with his diving gear, Alex was trapped and unable to move. The heavy force of the water cut off his airflow, and he quickly lost consciousness. Realizing something was wrong, the team working with Alex tried to locate the source of the problem, but it took them 30 minutes to identify the open valve causing the suction.
Who did
and after
that dumb
closing
shit?
It, another 30 minutes to completely stop the water flow. By the time they retrieved Alex's body, it was far too late, as he had already died from a lack of oxygen. Investigators later discovered that the safety checklist used that day was incomplete. It didn't even mention the valve that had caused the accident, meaning it hadn't been properly shut off before Alex started his dive.
Yo! I ain't never doing no job that requires anything of any type of danger just because of this is being a possibility. Yo, bro, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. What? Yo, you know there's a job? There's like a job somewhere. Random ass session. You know what I'm saying? There's a job somewhere, right? And there's just this big ass fucking tower. Big ass fucking tower high as hell in the air. Where like planes see, you know, like where when you're in a plane, you see like red flashing lights. You know what I'm saying? In the distance. That's those towers. And niggas get paid like $500,000 to climb up them big ass towers just to change them light bulbs. Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't give a fuck how much you pay me. I'm staying
Each
here.
of these tragedies happened because of one crucial mistake.
I'm just avoiding
an open
water
valve,
at
a wrong
this point,
turn,
oh
a moment of miscalculation. Underwater, even the smallest errors can be deadly. The same is true when learning a skill. If you don't have the right foundation, it's easy to get lost. By guiding learners at every step...
What the fuck are you talking about? I thought you were yapping to me about something
brought a
important.
case dive of tragedy. On February 6,
He said
2014,
the
in Rana, Norway,
cave
5
tragedy.
Finnish divers prepared for...
Tragedy. Let me try that again. Pluragrada cave tragedy. And things
for
of
a
that
deep
nature.
dive into one of
they got
Northern
Kaizen
Europe's
that
most
shit. Hold
in
on,
Rana, Norway.
let's get the lineup real
5
quick.
Finnish
They got Kaizen Nat, Patrick Starr, they got Jarvis from, you know what I'm saying? They got Vesa. I don't know who that is. They got twins. What the fuck? You're duplicating? Oh, nigga got like Shadow Clone Jutsu and shit. That's kind of hard. I'm not gonna
Finnish
lie,
divers
popping jutsus
prepared
under
for a
the
deep
water is
dive
kind of hard.
into one of Northern Europe's most
That's
dangerous
tech.
underwater cave systems, the
See,
Plura
fuck all
Grotta.
that.
This network of water-filled tunnels
no,
connects the Plura sinkhole to the Steinhügel Flagget dry.
No. Because we're back in a cave. This didn't even say ocean cave deaths. No, this said ocean deaths. We're going back into fucking caves. I don't fuck with the caves. I don't like the caves. The caves gives me nightmares. I hate the caves. I don't even like confined spaces. I'm too big for confined spaces. I don't want to be in the caves. I don't even care if it's a video. Get me out the caves. Stay out
Stretching
the caves.
several kilometers and reaching depths
can't
of up
stress
to
that enough. Stay out the
426
caves.
feet. Just months earlier, Kai and Patrick had been part of a group that discovered the connection
Shout out
between
Kai
the
and
two
Patrick.
entrances, becoming the first to cross the entire cave system.
Oh,
Their
shit.
success boosted their
Okay, so they're
confidence
about
for this
that.
new attempt, which involved reversing their original route by starting at Steinhügel Flagget and finishing at Plura. After a 15-hour journey from Finland, the team arrived at their
Is that
destination
bad?
well prepared.
I
To
couldn't-
minimize the risk of disturbing sand and dirt that could
I
cloud
couldn't
their
see
vision,
how that could be
they
any
divided
different
into
from
two
going the
groups.
other way,
The
right?
first team would begin their dive 2 hours ahead of the second, with both aiming to complete the traverse in approximately 5 hours. The first group, consisting of Patrick and Huotarinen, entered the water and began their mission. When they reached
Who
the
says his name
deepest
was what?
part of the cave,
Huotarinen?
they decided to
Okay.
power down their underwater scooters so that Huotarinen could take in
Those
the beauty of
exist?
the cave.
I thought those were only in Subnautica. That shit hard as hell. Wait, so you can go? Nah, I need to get me one of those and just go to a fucking pool or some shit. 'Cause I'm not going to the. I don't fuck with that ocean shit. I don't know. I don't think I can explain to you enough times. I don't fuck with the ocean shit. If I went to a big ass pool though, it just fucking. Nah, that should be hard as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Everything was going as planned, but when it was time for the team to begin their ascent
this
through
nigga
a
hit his head?
particularly narrow passage with a 90
Nigga's like,
degrees
"Ah."
degree turn, Patrick became unable to see Hotarinen's
okay.
flashlight,
So
so
he
he
didn't.
naturally waited for his friend. Soon, he saw Hotarinen's flashlight waving around,
Wait, what?
which was a clear sign of distress,
Did he-
and as he turned back to look for his friend, he saw that Hotarinen had gotten stuck in a narrow passage behind him.
whoa.
Patrick did everything he could to help
always
his
these
friend,
niggas with the
even
big-ass
managing to free
heads,
him from the
bro.
place he got stuck in. But it was far too late, as due to the immense amount of stress Hotarinen was going through, he ended up breathing the cave water as he panicked while trying to switch between breathing systems and drowned to death. Traumatized but aware that the passage behind him was now too risky to traverse, Patrick decided to push forward.
Wait, why? Why is it? Didn't you already do that shit? Or is it because? Wait, why didn't he just? I would have kept.
Towards
Oh,
Steinhügel
yeah,
Flagget.
yeah.
At the same
Shit.
time,
I guess
Kai,
you gotta go
Vesa,
back
and
and
Jari entered
warn
the cave,
them. Yeah,
unaware
be
of
like,
what
"Yo,
had happened,
nigga
but they
dead."
too got in trouble. After
They
reaching
didn't
the
even.
deep
What the fuck? Are you telling me the nigga didn't even go and tell the niggas that there was a corpse here? Oh nah, El comes.
deepest section of the cave, where Hoetarinen had died, Jari Usameki began panicking after Vesa, who was
GGs.
leading the group, told him about his friend's death. Kai, unaware of what was happening,
There.
saw Jari in
You
a
don't
state
know
of
that there's a
extreme
survivor.
panic and knew that if he didn't calm him down, he would soon lose his breath. Unfortunately, his attempts to calm him down were useless, and Jari ultimately drowned to death in his panic. After watching his friend die, Kai was forced to turn back, coming to the conclusion that Vesa wouldn't survive either.
You know what pisses me off about this cave shit? And I'll say this once. I actually said it last time, so I'll say it twice. Bro, if you was scared, don't go outside. Like, I know shit terrifying if you swimming and you just see your homie dead as fuck floating there. Like, yeah, that shit's scary. But like, shouldn't you already somewhat have that as a possibility in your head? You're doing something so fucking dangerous that there's horror stories about, literal horror stories. And that's the last thing you expect that could ever happen? Something that went wrong? Nigga, what? Something went wrong. You should have expected something to go wrong. If you don't expect something to go wrong, then something's gonna go wrong. But if you're expecting something to go wrong, nothing should go wrong. If you know what I'm saying? But shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, fuck.
Meanwhile, Vesa and Patrick,
I would
now
drown. I'm not
separated
saying
from
I would've
Kai,
drowned.
managed
I'd
to
be
make it
scared
out
as shit.
alive.
That's
but
why I'm
feared
not
that
going in
Kai
the
had
caves.
also died. On the other hand, Kai thought Vesa and Patrick got lost on their way out. Finally, against all odds, Kai managed to
Was
get
the
out of the
video
cave
hella loud
alive
or
and
was it fine?
reunite with his friends. But the loss of Jari and
it's like loud
Huotarinen
as
was
shit in my ears.
devastating. For
No
weeks,
cap.
the bodies of Jari Huotarinen and Jari Usameki remained trapped in the
Damn.
underwater labyrinth.
I
And
don't even
despite
go
the
back to
authorities
get
saying that a
the
rescue mission would be
bodies, like the day 2 or something.
impossible and
No?
banning any
What?
sort of diving activity in the Plura Grotta.
How is
the
it
three men
impossible?
refused
Don't
to
y'all
leave
just gotta
their
pull the
friends
niggas
behind.
out?
2 of the surviving divers organized a private recovery mission. They
Yeah,
succeeded
real
in retrieving
niggas,
the
bro.
bodies from the cave,
Real
bringing them back
niggas,
to the
bro.
surface for a proper farewell.
W
Plate
mans.
Tail Dam Disaster. On January 4th, 2024, two experienced divers, Christopher Godet and Frederic Pochet, headed to the Plate Tile Reservoir, one of Belgium's most famous diving spots, for a night dive. This location offered
a night dive? Is there a difference from a day dive and a night dive? Do the mobs come out in the night? I don't know nothing about the water. Do the mobs come out? Do they start spawning? Oh shit, GG's.
Various recreational activities, including sailing, snorkeling, and diving. However, there was a significant danger, a large dam that activated suddenly, depending on energy demands of the surrounding area. Aware of this issue, local authorities had established two safe zones with a radius of about 100 feet where diving was permitted. Going beyond these zones was extremely dangerous, as it could lead divers into the dam's active zone. Furthermore, the dam's intake tunnel entrances had no protective grids, as these required frequent replacement every 2 to 3 months. One concerning aspect of the dive was the type of equipment the men decided to use. They were equipped with closed-circuit diving gear, which is a type of gear that is designed for extended dives, and underwater scooters, which are used to propel divers.
Nah, those shits are so fucking hard, though. Those are so hard, though. The little scooters, that
might have planned to explore beyond the safe zones, closer to the dam. The primary danger of doing so was differential pressure. At around 5 p.m., the two men submerged and descended to a depth of 45 meters near the dam's intake tunnel. At first, they likely heard nothing, as the dam was not on. But at some point, they may have heard a faint hum, the signal that the dam had suddenly been activated. 3 of the dam's 4 reversible pump turbines quickly powered on, generating an overwhelming suction force. Within seconds, the 2 divers were pulled toward the dam and sucked into the intake tunnel. Later that evening,
no, on God, they don't learn shit. I know that sounds heartless. We're watching stories of niggas die. I know that sounds heartless, but bro, recreational? You're swimming in a dam that you know that turns on every now and then. I don't give a shit if it was off. Possibilities, right? Possibilities. Now, obviously, like, damn, I feel bad these niggas died. I feel bad. Sometimes I kind of want to laugh at these dumbass niggas for putting themselves in this situation. But like, shit, RIP. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They didn't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying? But shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck around and find out though. That shit.
Frederic's son became concerned
Maybe I'm
when his
heartless.
father didn't
I can't feel
answer
that
his
bad.
calls. He went to the reservoir and found his father's car still parked. Sensing something was wrong, he immediately alerted the authorities.
I feel bad for the first guy. He was on a job and that was completely innocent. There was safety measures that should have taken place, and the fucking employees sold the bag. So I feel bad for the first guy. These niggas here, they're dumb as shit.
During their initial search,
Dumb as
rescuers discovered
Hey, yo,
damaged
someone clapping
diving
cheeks in
equipment.
the
And
other
although they
building.
couldn't
Oh, you heard that shit? I heard like hella giggling and shit, and I didn't want to like fucking. I ain't even care, to be fair. I heard some shit though. What was it? Were they clapping?
confirm
They
it
be doing
belonged
that
to the
shit.
missing men, it raised suspicions.
They be doing all
Poor
types
weather
of
conditions
stupid shit
reduced
in
the
this floor.
visibility
They be
and forced them
freestyling
to
at
halt
2
the search
a.m.
temporarily. Resuming at
Beating
10 a.m. the
cheeks.
next day, they deployed helicopters equipped with thermal cameras, and after 46 hours of
Wait,
searching,
did these
the
niggas
ignition
get sucked?
equipment
Hold on, my bad.
He went
No, one second.
overwhelming. 3 of the dam's 4 reversible pump turbines quickly powered on, generating an overwhelming suction force. Within seconds, the 2 divers were pulled toward the
And then they
dam and
went
sucked into the intake tunnel. Later that evening, Frederic's son became concerned when his
shit.
father didn't answer his calls.
I'm saying
he went
the
to the
building
reservoir
out your
and found his
window.
father's car.
Huh? What are you seeing in the? Huh? Hold on. What are you seeing? They being cheeks over there? Hold on. Yo, why would you lie to me like that, bro? Y'all went to the wrong scene. I had to dive on the bed. I had to see what was up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you lied to me, bro. I didn't see no cheeks being beat. No cheeks are being beaten titted. I was curious. The one in the middle. Hold on, huh? The one in the middle. Wait, which one is that for you? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Why is you lying to me, man? Why are you lying to me, man? Like you see how you get a nigga's hopes up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't see no cheeks being beaten.
are still parked. Sensing something was wrong, he immediately alerted the authorities.
Hope's
During their
crazy.
initial search, rescuers discovered damaged diving equipment, and although they couldn't confirm it belonged to the missing men, it raised suspicions. Poor weather conditions reduced the visibility and forced them to halt the search temporarily. Resuming at 10 a.m. the next day, they deployed helicopters equipped with thermal cameras, and after 46 hours of searching, human remains were recovered. An autopsy confirmed they belonged to the two divers. We may never know whether they went so close to the dam intentionally, even though their equipment suggests that they might have. Remember to check out today's...
So these niggas swam close to the dam. So honestly, they probably could have almost been okay, maybe. Like, I feel like there'd probably still be a fucking current, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like with the scooters and shit, they could have swam against it, but they swam up to the shit on some stupid nigga shit. Unfortunate. That's just tough. Imagine that was true. We having a watch party for real, for real. No cap, I'm going on this cam, setting it up over here. We zooming in. I'm just gonna be sitting down and be like, you know what I'm saying? Jolly and shit, type shit. So, you enjoyed the video. Well, good news. I got another one for you right there. Why don't you go ahead and click that one for me, twin? Yeah. Click on the video. Dang.